Oh my! So I see a lot of people, talking smack about Monster Hunter World when comparing, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, since it's coming out soon. And to be real with y'all, man, this is all I gotta say. But that's not why we're here today, alright? The main thing people try to say and like to say is that, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, alright? It has 93 freaking monsters versus Monster Hunter World's 30, but it's now 34 with the additions. Basically trying to say that, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate just provides more content versus Monster Hunter World. I'm not gonna sit here and try to tell you that that's untrue or, Monster Hunter World offers more than... No, I'm not gonna say none of that because it's kind of impossible. But what I am gonna do, okay, is preach. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think as it stands, the two series can't be compared yet, okay? They're not comparable. And even if you disagree with that statement, it's still pretty subjective if you ask me. Monster Hunter World is like a soft reset, essentially, and it was trying to bring in new, fans and whatnot. The difference in content isn't exactly Capcom's fault in a way. Before we talk about why, I don't think it's their fault and why they really didn't have as much of a control as you would think, let's talk about why they can't exactly be compared. The way I see it is, Monster Hunter World introduced so many new and honestly needed things in a way, the way that you track monsters, when you find them, the hunting aspect added into the game from Monster Hunter World. I just think that, some people would really like that, really do enjoy that versus the traditional style that you get from Generations Ultimate. And even with, what's happened and what they've added from Monster Hunter World, it's still in its early stages. It could be expanded upon and just evolve so much. This is the first time they've ever done something like this. This is just the beta in a sense. And Generation Ultimate is just that old school gameplay, so some people will really like that, but some people, man, I think at this point, if they started with World, they won't even like to go back, truthfully. But if we come back to the reason why I don't think Capcom has control, it's because if you look at the games, bro, look at the games, man. Generations Ultimate is a 3DS game. Look at this thing. You're trying to tell me you want to compare something like this that has more content? Obviously, this is gonna have a bunch of stuff added into it versus making the switch from here to there. Like, come on now. The assets, the everything is brand new in World. They had to build this shit from the ground up. The amount of money required and used for Monster Hunter World, goodness gracious, I don't even just think about it. The assets, the physics, the mechanics, everything has been upgraded like times 20, 30, 40, I don't even know. Honestly, it's like the amount of, I feel like the ancient forest is the same price to make that versus the whole entirety of Generations Ultimate. Like, I might be pushing it, but I might not be, there's a lot of stuff going on. Particle effects, moving world, all that stuff. Jesus. So with that being said, I think we need to just let Monster Hunter World evolve. The same way that Generations Ultimate, the 3DS versions of Monster Hunter, have been able to have, what is this, 8, 5, 10 years, of evolving and adding stuff to when it gets to this point where it can just kind of throw it all in at once. Like, it needs to get to that point, Monster Hunter World is basically a baby. So if we look at the track record for, how these Monster Hunter games have been going, they usually have their G version, which is what Generations Ultimate is. So, some people want to say that maybe Monster Hunter World should because of the lack of content, but I would say honestly right now it's not needed, man. It's really not. The only reason I could see why they would do something like that is if they need some money for something, because they've been giving us free updates so far. The way Monster Hunter World is and the way that this system that it's on now, it can just be gradually updated the way that it's been. The Call of Terrorist event is very cool, very just, I don't know, I think it's such a fresh idea, and then the Behemoth hunt, so unique, man, you know what I'm saying, so unique. So think about the other things they could be adding in. Those are just 2 things within almost a year now that it's been out. So just give it time and imagine the things that they can add onto it. And as it is, you know, we still need like a snowy region, a more sort of like tropical with more water type of region. You know, I mean, we don't have to have underwater fights because the what was it called? Freedom Unite had the Plesios fight where he went in the water. You didn't have it, so you know it's doable. So on that same note, I don't know if you guys saw my Lag Cruise gameplay video, but the thing is, it was a prototype gameplay, okay? And they had like developers, and they were the ones that were explaining stuff, and they said that it will never, ever come to Monster Hunter World, that monster, Lag Cruise. And the reason it was explaining that was because the assets, you know, what Lag Cruise would need to fit into World is just not possible. Like, it's just too big. There'd be nowhere for it to be. So something like that would then warrant a G version. What I mean is they add in these mechanics for the G version, and with that they could add in some other stuff and add in, you know, something else, you know, but that would make sense because it needs money to be made, okay? Because that means labor and work to add those mechanics, whatever heck is needed for it. And then from there, you can then make some money off of making a whole new standalone game, you know, for $60. Honestly, like I was saying about the snowy region, I'd be so fine with paying for DLC for that. Like, just give it to me, you know what I'm saying? I need my Tigrex. I need that boy. If you guys have been living under a rock and didn't know, you know, Monster Hunter World is Capcom's best selling IP out right now. Capcom is for sure going to take Monster Hunter World a lot more serious because, you know, think about it, it's your best selling thing. You might as well, you better treat it right. Give it money, give it everything that they need, give all the developers, that division, everything they need to continue that, you know, expansion and growth and everything. It's good to note, there's an article that's been blowing up recently. Capcom stated that they would rather have their games get really good review scores versus their game getting a lower score but then selling a lot. They want to make quality games, essentially. And I think that's just amazing for a company to outrightly say. You know, I don't really think anyone has honestly said that kind of stuff before. So this is nice news. Like the Behemoth Hunt, man, that shit was so polished and so just nice. Like it was so new and different that I could see where they want this title to go. You know, I just think there's so many other things they could be adding in, and it would just make the game so much more fun. Like that fight sparked this fire in me to keep playing and play more, because I feel like I want to play more, but the time it takes for hunts is just so off-putting, especially when I'm trying to finish other games before these new games come in. So that's the only reason why I'd say I wouldn't be putting as much time. But man, I got boys in the Discord, they be playing. Like Zed, he's like Hunter rank 300 plus. I was talking about in my Behemoth video, like people be playing this game a lot, you know. Like it's just that me, I want to play some other stuff. So that's just me though. I just hope they can continue this momentum with good quality stuff, and then finally give us a large-scale update. I think it's about time for that. Well, like I was saying, a new region. I think it's about time, though. Like I said, we're getting to the end of the year. That's going to be a year in its life. It's about time we get that new era. We have to be getting one. There's just no doubt in my mind that we're not getting one. So on the topic of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, 93 monsters. Holy crap. That is the most in any Monster Hunter title ever, dude. That's 60 more monsters in Monster Hunter World. That's crazy. So, you know, besides that, you know, that's cool and all, but what I'm more excited for is these new things that are in Monster Hunter games that were just introduced in Generations, because that is a brand new type of way to play Monster Hunter, and I am so ready. So if you didn't know, because I know that I skipped all the Monster Hunters on this system, and I know a lot of you out there are the same way. So you guys are gonna be, this is gonna be brand new. A lot of stuff is gonna be crazy for us. So I'm sure you guys aren't really familiar with hunting styles and hunter arts. Maybe you looked it up, but I honestly really haven't, so this will be my first time. So the styles are as follows. Guild style is the basic classic Monster Hunter style. Striker style lets players equip the max 3 hunter arts, which charge by both dealing and receiving damage. Aerial style allows players to take to the air, even with heavy weapons like the greatsword. That is insane. Adept style requires players to dodge or block at the very last moment in order to gain an opening for powerful counterattacks. And there are 2 new styles coming to Generations Ultimate. They are as follows. Velour style, known as Brave before the official translation, is an advanced style that grants players a special velour stance once the velour meter is filled. Don't know what that does, but whatever. And then lastly, alchemy style, which equips hunters with a barrel that can be shaken and receive a special item or buff. This style also lets players equip 3 hunter arts. So like I said, I personally have not seen any of these, so we're just gonna go ahead and watch those right now. Let's see what this has in store for us. Shoo. What is that? New threats. Bro, that hammer looks hard. It's just a rock. And that looks like kind of like the jaw blade. Nah, I remember that. That's always been around, that great sword. Remember it in Freedom Unite. 4 unique hunting styles. Aerial style. Bro, this man using a gun lance. Shoo-wee! You see how, oh my goodness, I'm probably, if I use my greatsword, I might have to use aerial style. That is just so, it's like give you so much movement. So this is guild style, nothing different. Adept style. Shoo! Shoo-wee! Striker style, versatile powerhouse. Oh my God. Oh my. Yo, these cutscenes are too hard. These are too hard. What's the last guy about to do? The hammer about to just knock his ass out, boy. Oh my God. There's also something else that my boy Drac in the Discord, he's always talking about this. I don't know, I didn't know what the heck he was talking about, but it's called Prowler mode, and it actually lets you play as a pelico. I don't know if that's how you say it. I was gonna watch the trailer, but I might just do that on my own time, just to save some time. So in addition to those hunter styles, there's also the hunter arts. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? Blood arts. Got it. Oh shit. Each weapon seems to have a hunter art, and they can add some type of effect to your weapon. So an example that I was reading in an article says that the SNS Sword and Shield gets some type of hunter art called Chaos Oils, and it adds the effect of all oils at the same time. That's pretty crazy. But honestly, I just think that these, like I was saying, these things just add a whole new dimension. Like that gameplay, there's, oh my goodness, like it looks like it's kind of getting fast paced like God Eater in a way. You know, you're doing some crazier things, the whole dodging, but like again, it's not that mindless type of fast pace that God Eater kind of has. It's that still controlled, tactical. You just get more of a benefit if you know, do the right things, I guess you could say, if you dodge correctly, or if you know how to play, you can just do some crazy combo, you know. So I just think that is just wow, like that type of stuff. I don't even care about the graphics, you know, like, oh my goodness. And that was a 3DS game too, you know. It looks a lot better on the Switch. So wow, I was not expecting such hype. Wow. Let me know who is copping this game in the comments below. Jesus, oh my. Yeah, other than that, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace. Why these niggas always trying to move when I move? You can't keep up with the pace. Please don't try to make room. Playing Switch all in your face. I can't see what you do. I'm not finna run the race.